India is certainly the home to the third largest startup ecosystem in the world.
Around the globe, key stakeholders from, government to investors are stepping up to address climate emergency. We see, a huge scope in terms of integration of innovation and technology, which is going to play a major role in addressing the societal challenges and driving positive change. Find that, sometimes the innovator, the entrepreneur, they understand their product very well, but when they go to the market, they feel that whether they have built a product right, whether they have understood their target segment correctly. So that's where the mentorship plays a very important role.
When we went to IIM Ahmedabad, it's like when you meet the smartest brains in the business. So it's like 24 hours you learn.
Please gain a deep understanding of the community or the group of people you aim to serve, or maybe the target segment you would like to serve, and then empathize with their need, aspiration, and challenge.
Hi everyone, I am Salma Rahman. I extend a warm welcome to each one of you to this exclusive talk series initiated by Buddy for Study. In this series, we explore significant industry trends through insightful discussions with distinguished leaders from diverse sectors. The purpose of this series is to provide aspiring individuals with up to date insights into industry developments, equipping them for their professional journeys. Additionally, we will also be discussing significant scholarship and fellowship opportunities to support their educational pursuits. Our session is focused on the idea of social entrepreneurship, a burgeoning sector which is driving positive change in the present while offering a promising blueprint for a more equitable and sustainable future. To take the discussion further, we have with us Mr. Yogesh Kapse, CSR Head at Schaeffler India. Mr. Kapse has 18 years of extensive experience in designing and executing strategic social development projects and building institutional partnerships with renowned corporations and development agencies. His expertise lies in advising leadership on strategic CSR, implementing sustainability processes, and overseeing the impact of CSR initiatives aligned with sustainable development goals, particularly in rural development and institutional linkages. It's a pleasure to have you with us, sir. Leading this
Thank you.
conversation will be Ms. Neha Agrawal, Chief Strategy and Growth Officer at Buddy for Study. She has been associated with the organization since the inception and contributing officially for the last 5 years, instilling growth through various partnerships. I would now like to request Neha to take this discussion forward.
Thank you, Salma, for the introduction. So as India takes the helm of the G20 presidency with the theme of Vasudev Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future, it carries a profound responsibility to address global challenges. At the forefront of this mission is the recognition that sustainable innovation and entrepreneurship are essential pillars for creating a resilient and equitable global economy. With the introduction of the first ever global startup engagement group, Startup 20, that was first of its kind, which is set up under India's G20 presidency, the Indian startup ecosystem is making strides towards global recognition and impact. This initiative emphasizes the importance of startups in driving economic growth, innovation, and the country's commitment to promoting the sustainable ecosystem globally. Talking about few startup facts in India, India is certainly the home to the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. India saw a whooping jump of 15,400% in the number of startups in just 6 years, going from 471 startups in 2016 to almost 73,000 startups in 2022. If we talk about the social innovation and the social sector startups, more than 3,300 startups recognized by the government are working in climate action sectors, providing solutions to renewable energy and green technology. Over the past 5 years, 120 climate tech startups have raised over 200 funding rounds from almost 272 unique investors in India. So the sustainable development sector, also called as sunrise sector, major categories of startups in these sectors in India are clean energy, water conservation, waste management, and sustainable agriculture. So with this kind of ecosystem which India has developed in the social innovation, in the social startup space, let's start our interaction with Mr. Yogesh to know more about the social sector startups in India. So welcome, Yogesh.
Thank you.
I would like to know, in your opinion, Yogesh, how does innovation and integration of technology, play a crucial role in addressing societal challenges and driving positive change?
Okay, so thank you, Neha, for inviting me for this webinar. So basically, I mean, personally, in my opinion, I feel innovation can be a powerful force for good in the world. It can help us to address some of the most pressing challenges facing humanity, and it can help us to create a better future for all. So, I mean, we all have recently experienced the development of vaccine has actually helped us to prevent. I mean, so many people who could have been died from the the contagious diseases, and we have witnessed in the past, like the development of vaccine has prevent us from diseases such as polio, measles, rubella, like that. So, I mean, so and if you were talking about the sustainability on, so we actually need to understand a little bit a piece on this, because if you see around the globe, key stakeholder from, I mean, government to investors are stepping up to address climate emergency. But when I say climate emergency, I mean, if you refer few of the reports, I mean, the published by like Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, they say the number of climate-related disaster has tripled in the last 30 years. Similarly, the Swiss Re report of 2021 says that 18% of GDP is expected to be wiped off worldwide economy by 2050 if the global temperature rise. So it's an emergency. And additionally, there are estimates that climate change could push more than 100 million additional people back into the poverty by 2030. So, in light of that, I mean, this particular sector, which you said, the sunrise sector, actually it's needs. So we were thinking that the climate change will come and will happen, but it's standing and we are facing it in our day-to-day life. So like July was one of the hottest, the month as per average temperature recorded last 100 years. So in line with the global response, like India has set relevant targets and drafted necessary policies. We have signed Paris Agreement and all. So one of the prerequisites in seeking to address climate sustainability challenges is need for long-term perspective and commitment. And just to give you a background, that for Schaeffler, climate neutrality is not an obligation, but we also see it as an opportunity. With the goal of becoming a carbon neutral by 2040, I mean, global climate change and decarbonization are a fundamental aspect of our sustainability strategy. And that is why we see, I mean, a huge scope in terms of integration of innovation and technology. It's going to play a major role in addressing the societal challenges and driving positive change. So on the side of sustainability, you see the few of the innovation, like the development of solar and wind power has helped us to reduce our reliance on fossil fuel. This has helped us to reduce pollution and combat climate change. Similarly, the development of new agriculture technologies has helped to increase crop yield and to reduce food insecurity. So this has helped to improve the lives of millions of people around the world. So these are the just few examples of how innovation has been used earlier to address societal challenges. And the possibilities are endless. As we continue to innovate, we can create a better future for all. So that is, I hope I have addressed your question here.
Absolutely. And so good to know, Yogesh, the sustainable goals which Schaeffler has, taken up for itself. And I'm sure this is, Schaeffler being a pioneer in sustainable and, supporting startups as well. So it's a great move. So how does Schaeffler India link itself to promote social innovation in India? Give us some detailed insights on your initiative which you have taken in this direction.
Sure. Yeah. So, a culture of innovation is a daily reality at Schaeffler. And Schaeffler actually attaches a great importance to partnership with university, institute, research bodies, and we are always open to, integrate those innovation. So, while I represent the CSR, the division of Schaeffler India, so Schaeffler India CSR project on education and skill development focuses on inculcate the creativity, critical thinking, collaboration skills among the schools and the college students. So whatever the development program we are having for enhancing the quality of education, we always have this component of innovation in all our CSR program. And somewhere Schaeffler India also sees CSR as a channel for empowering and engaging the youth for social innovation through academic and industry collaboration. So we see promoting social innovation and entrepreneurship will ensure a unprecedented way of long deserved growth, prosperity, and well-being that can serve in the interest of the world as well as the spirit of new India. So creating a nation of job creator and not just job seeker is important for sustainable growth and development. So in all our projects we keep this space and the component of innovation and integration of the technology in our ongoing this thing. So we thought of why not to have a project which actually support and enable the ecosystem for social innovation, because social innovation and addressing a social challenges generally takes a longer duration. It's need commitment for long time, and it needs the patience and resilience. So we thought we should have a dedicated project for it, and that was the thought behind having this particular program there.
Okay. So you talked about the collaboration which Schaeffler has been doing with universities, with educators, and startups as well. So how crucial is mentorship for early stage startups, and what benefits it brings to both the startup and the mentor, according to you?
Okay, good question. So mentorship is a very crucial for early stage startup for a number of reasons. So first, it can provide founders with the guidance and support they need to navigate the challenges of starting a business or a social venture. The second, it can help founders to connect with the other entrepreneurs and industry experts. And the third, it can provide founder with access to resources and network that they would not otherwise have. So when you have a mentorship program which is very detailed and really focused on your thematic area, we do find that sometimes the innovator, the entrepreneur, they understand their product very well, but when they go to the market, they feel that whether they have built a product right, whether they have understood their target segment correctly. So that's where the mentorship plays a very important role to develop a right prototype, to have a minimum viable product, like those sorts. So I think the mentorship is it's a valuable asset for early stage startup. And you have also asked what is the benefit for mentor. So I feel, by providing guidance, support, and access to resources, the mentors can help founder to increase their chance of success. And also, it's like a giving back. So mentoring can be rewarding way to give back to the entrepreneurial community and to help others achieve their goal. Similarly, learning and networking is the opportunity for the mentor, and definitely there is a professional satisfaction. The mentoring can give to the mentor a sense of satisfaction, knowing that they are helping others to succeed. So this is
Totally agree
from my
on
end.
this, yeah. With the kind of two-way communication where a mentor and a mentee has, it's a learning both ways for sure. So the kind of Schaeffler India Social Innovator Fellowship Program, which has been designed, is very crucial from both the perspective. One, what I can see is how Schaeffler is supporting the social innovation in the startup ecosystem. And secondly, very well connecting it to the mentorship side of it, where these startups gets incubated and get mentored through IIM Ahmedabad as well. So it's a clear blend which I can see, which helps both from the funding side and from the mentorship side for the overall success of these startups in India. So congratulations on building up such a nicely designed program, Yogesh. Um, Another thing is that, Yogesh, in what ways does Schaeffler India's collaboration with startups contribute to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals? So, are there any specific goals that the program aim to address? If we talk
So,
about this,
so Neha, basically these goals focus on mobilizing efforts globally to end poverty and create a life of dignity and opportunity for all. So for India to successfully achieve this SDG, we must have a well-aligned collaborative network between the government, private sector, and the civil society. While contributing in that particular piece from Schaeffler's end, our CSR programs are aligned with the government priorities such as skill development, community health, water conservation, and enhancing quality of education. So shared value creation is what is the core purpose driving our community initiative under CSR. And our CSR projects are very well aligned with, 7 SDGs out of those 70. And if you see this this social innovation fellowship program, all the innovation, if you see from the last year's category, they are hitting some of the other goal, like somebody is addressing health, somebody is addressing education. Then from the sustainability point, there was the waste management related, innovations. So somewhere or others, they are aligned with this goal. But what I feel, the goal number 70, which talks about partnership and collaboration, I think this particular program, because social innovation and social entrepreneurship is itself required a lot of collaboration, support, and that's what exactly we are doing in this project. We are collaborating with CIA Eco at IIM Ahmedabad. We are collaborating with different institutions from mobilizing entrepreneurs. So this is basically, I feel this particular project is very well aligned and talk about partnership to enable the ecosystem for social innovation.
that's great to know. So, going ahead, Yogesh, what do you foresee as the most exciting opportunities and challenges for these startups aiming to drive innovation in the social sector in India over the coming years?
Yeah, so I think there's a huge opportunity because if you see India as a country, I'm being in a social development sector last 20 years, but the challenges, uh, under the same thematic area, challenges are same, though it's the degree of intensity of the problem has changed, but there is a lot of scope. So basically, there is a very, growing demand for social innovation. There's a growing demand because the people become more aware about the social and environmental challenges facing by the country. The demand is being driven by a number of factors, including increasing the number of educated and affluent Indians, the growing middle class, and the increasing awareness of social responsibility. So yes, there is a lot of scope, demand of social innovation. People want to integrate the new technology which can address the issue of a lot of people. Then there are availability of resources because resources are available to the startups. The financial institutions are coming forward. The government of India is having their own program to promote startups. So the government grant, private sector funding, not-for-profit support, and there are also a number of incubator and accelerators that are specifically designed to support social startup. So the opportunities are huge. Then the technology advancement are opening up new opportunities for social innovation. For example, the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning and a big data can be used to solve social problem in a new and innovative way. Similarly, the young and the vibrant workforce India is having, so that is, and they are eager to make a difference in the world. So the workforce can be a valuable asset to social startups as they can bring new ideas and energy to the table. While on the, the opportunity is huge, but on the other hand, I see the challenges in terms of access to the funding sometime and the regulatory environment for social startup. it can be complex and time consuming sometime for the startup, because social startup often need to comply with variety of regulation, including those related to taxation, labor, or the environmental production. And while it comes to scaling it up, social startup, I mean, they need to reach a large number of people in order to make a significant impact. And these are the challenges, but there are a number of strategy that social startup can use to scale up, and by collaborating with the government and the non-profit. And then measuring impact of social challenge is also very complex. So these are few of the challenges which I see in the startup space. But I think by overcoming these challenges, social startup can make a significant impact on the life of people in India and around the world.
We have heard you very well in terms of the opportunities which lies for social startups in India with the growing demand of social innovation. And for sure, every opportunity comes with its own challenges, in terms of regulations. And certainly, government is doing a lot of things in this space to help these startups become, operationally become more easier. So now let's hear from Mr. Aditya Srinivas, who is the founder of Roha Biotech, and also one of the fellows who received Schaeffler India Social Innovator Fellowship in 2021 in the first cohort of the program. Along with him is Dhruv Goel from Buddy for Study. So Dhruv, over to you, and for the dialogue with Aditya.
Thank you very much, Neha. Thank you, Yogesh, for such an insightful discussion. I guess there's a lot of takeaways that we have from this particular discussion. And talking about innovation, talking about social entrepreneurship, talking about Schaeffler India Social Innovator Program, right? I have Aditya Srinivas with me, who is the founder and CEO of Roha Biotech. Such a unique and I would say the innovative startup. I'm not going to speak much about it. I have Aditya with me. Hi, Aditya. Welcome for this discussion.
Hi, thanks for calling me.
Yeah. So Aditya, first of all, I just want to know more about you, how that idea came to you, and what are the aspirations that you're carrying with Roha Biotech?
Wow. So this idea it didn't get generated within a day or two. It was a part of our process. So our main idea is to it started somewhere like this. I used to trek a lot in Eastern Ghats, right, inside out. So there, when I come back to my college, I used to learn all these leadership skills, how to be a part of a team, and these kind of things. So what I found is the tribal people there are actually following this as part of their culture, right? All our 5 Rs, reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, and this kind of thing, they're already doing it. So it's not a very new thing for them. So all this, they eventually accumulated, and it made me think like, hey, look, if I have to start a company, so I have to start something in what nature does. So uh, I don't know what I'll start, but I'll start somewhere. And that somewhere got fascinated. I got fascinated with the fungus, so their extent of possibilities and all. So in that process, somewhere it clicked that, oh, I can build materials with the fungus. Why not do it? And later on, I started building this company, and it grew big eventually. So yeah.
That's wonderful. I guess
Hmm.
there are only few people which are there who find opportunity at such in such things, and such a wonderful opportunity, I would say. And I would say that each and every startup, anyone who started a new journey, they always face a lot of challenges in the initial phase. And I'm sure that you must also have faced a similar type of challenges. Would you like to talk about those challenges as well?
Right. Biomaterials is a very niche domain in India, right? So there are very few people. You can handpick them who are working on it. So starting them from the scratch with, if I say my business ethics comes from a very big business book or very big business school, so people will eventually recognize me and appreciate me and think me high. If I say I get all my lessons from a man who runs a bullock cart. So if I say this as an answer, no, nobody would trust me. So, and nobody would trust me to even give me infrastructure to start something like this. Right. So it was, but I found few people who are crazy enough like me to believe in me. And initial days were hard, let me say. So not, it's not easy in sustainability. So because there are no shortcuts here, right? So you need to take all the hurdles and step by step you need to build. At the same time, you need to be sensitive towards psychology. So your decision, you have to think twice on 360 degrees. Will it affect ecology or urban system or a rural system or wherever you are? And you need to make a decision. That's the toughest thing, right? Your company vision along with the environmental vision. So it's like entire world you have to think and you have to make a decision. So it was tough. That too, coming out, I was 21, 22 when I started this company, first timer. So fortunately, my mentors helped me. They're also very good people, and I got support overall. And there were challenges on every front, but with help, I can say I overcame them.
So that's wonderful. I guess many people who are starting their own journey, that's a very good advice that you have given and very good things that you have shared with them. And as Neha mentioned, you are one of the fellows of last year's Schaeffler India Social Innovator Fellowship Program, right? How it helping in your journey. And I guess post that thing, you also got a chance to get mentor at CIE Co at IIM Ahmedabad. So what are the learnings? What are the key takeaways from all that complete journey?
Right. So I got social innovation fellowship at a point where our team is little slow and low. They're like, so can we build this? We are not even getting recognized, and these kind of things. Suddenly, this recognition. So more than fellowship, the recognition which we got. It cheered up so that we completed, say, a decades of work within next 12 to 18 months. So that fire it gave to me. And later, when we went to IIM Ahmedabad, it's like when you meet the smartest brains in the business. So it's like 24 hours you learn something, 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 and that you put it back. So those people are masters in uh, getting the business right. Okay. So that takeaways helped me a lot. Even now, um, uh, we are in connect with the CICO. Whenever we need, we just ping them. We'll ask them. They are very good people. So I have to thank you guys for this connect, and it helped me a lot. And actually, we were only thinking in terms of tech. Okay, how to build tech that is best in the world. So, but we kind of forgot the point that, I have to say I have the best product in the world, right? So that market placement and everything. So I learned how to say from them. So in a very uh, good way, and that eventually led us, opened us new avenues in the market, and it made our entry into the market little less complicated.
Got it. So I guess as Yogesh sir mentioned the importance of mentoring earlier, that also put a stamp on that thing. Yes, mentoring do play a very vital role, and it helps in increasing the revenues, opening the avenues for the organization to grow further. And I think in the last, that would be my last question to you. That would you like to give any advice to all the young startups, the people who are like now getting into this journey? What are the things that they should take care of and everything?
Wow. So I'm too young to advise someone, but I'll just put out my experience from the 5 years of journey which I was having. So seek out from the nature, make the nature your measure, mentor, and method. So there is the nature have solved all the questions for us. We are just copying them and replacing them into our human industrial system. So go seek out trick a lot. So be with the nature. So which means that you need to think. If you are a businessman, think nature as a businessman. So if you are an engineer, see a cheetah and say like who engineered it, how it moves fast. So like that you can learn a lot somewhere around, because if you do this kind of innovation, you're always in tune with the nature, ecology. So and you're engineering the best things in the world. Um, the one of the best helicopters in the world is Dragonfly, right? So like that, if you think and be in tune with the nature, so you will obviously success is just next door for you.
That's again a very interesting thought, I would say, that if you want to do something, then you have to get there should be a certain connection of yours with that particular thing, unless you would not be able to excel in that particular space. So thank you very much for that wonderful insights. Now I would just pass on this conversation again back to Neha and Yogesh for the submission of the conclusive remarks. And thank you very much, Aditya, for such a wonderful conversation. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, Aditya and Dhruv, the 5-year journey of Aditya and how to really, be motivated by connecting it to nature, and also how this program of Schaeffler India Social Innovator Fellowship Program supported you in terms of getting the right visibility, mentoring in IIM Ahmedabad, how, it helped you on getting the business right is what you said, right? So thank you so much for those insights. This certainly reflects the future growth of sunrise sector startups in India. So, Yogesh, it will be good to know your concluding remarks. And, now that the second cohort of your program is live, what advice you would like to give to the young fellows who are participating in this second edition? And, what would you like to kind of say to them?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Neha. So, Neha, I feel, those who are participating in this particular program, I would just, from the program perspective, I would like to advise them that please gain a deep understanding of the community or the group of people you aim to serve, or maybe the target segment you would like to serve, and then empathize with their need, aspiration, and challenges. So if you identify a problem, a genuine problem, I think that half you have done solve half of the problem. So ensure that your passion align with the problem you want to solve. So that is one of the critical aspect of, I think, social innovation. And then I personally feel and advise that base your solution on thorough research and data analysis. Understand the root cause of the problem and gather data to support your approach. I mean, this will help you to get ahead in the ladder, and it will help you in your entire journey. Then one of the important component, what we feel from the program perspective, please measure your impact metrics. I mean, define clear measurable impact metrics to track your own progress. So data driven insight will help you assess the effectiveness of your initiative, and bring the sustainability angle into yours. So it should be a sustainable social business model. So consider the revenue stream, funding sources, partnership to ensure long-term viability in your overall model. And last but not the least, which I, I strongly say that the social sector, I mean, can be challenging, and progress may be slow. So please stay resilient and patient, as meaningful changes often takes time. And all the best for those who are applying for it, and I'll encourage to apply the young innovators in the country for this particular program. And this year theme is sustainability.
Perfect. So, like, I can completely relate to what you said, Yogesh, that connect to the cause. Identify the problem and connect it with your full heart and soul and passion. That's what even Buddy for Study has been doing throughout its journey, and that's where we are at a scale which we have eventually achieved in the last 12 years of journey. So, thank you so much for your advice and suggestions. I hope the new fellows who are applying will listen to this and take more insights from what Yogesh has said. So, in conclusion, the emergence and evolution of a sustainable and green startup ecosystem in India represent a beacon of hope and a tangible path towards a more environmentally responsible future. As we have witnessed, these startups are not just in the engines of economic growth, but are also laboratories of innovation, incubating solutions that address pressing global challenges. So, with an unwavering commitment to sustainability, coupled with the support of government initiatives, which Yogesh and others were also talking about, private sector investments, and a growing ecosystem of mentors, Indian green startups are poised to lead the way globally, fostering social inclusivity. So Schaeffler India and Buddy for Study are committed towards the growth of social startups in India, and we look forward to many more successful social enterprises in the near future. I would like to also invite Salma for a conclusion, and thank you so much. It was wonderful interacting with all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kapse, for the insightful session. Aditya, thank you so much for your valuable experiences. Big shout out to Neha and Dhruv for smoothly managing the sessions, and to my colleague, Miss Shruti Pandey, Rinsi Kaur, and Om Kumar Jha for helping us organizing it. I appreciate everyone's participation. In our future sessions, we'll continue to invite industry leaders for more interesting discussions. Best of luck for everything, and please remember to take good care of yourself.